I'd buy that for $1.
What up, peeps? Mr.Bones back at you, and welcome back to another Dollar Tree Theater. And what we're talking about is 1988's Vampire's Kiss, directed by Robert Biersman, written by Joseph Minion, starring Nick Cage as Peter Lowe, Jennifer Beals as Rachel, and Maria Conchita Alonso as Alva. Oscar winner Nicolas Cage is amazing in this outrageous, erotically charged thriller about a womanizing New York executive who becomes convinced that he's a vampire when one of his conquests bites his neck in the throes of passion. Jennifer Beals, devil in a blue dress, sizzles as the femme fatale who sets Cage on this batty course in this darkly funny, lively, imaginative fantasy. And on IMDb it says, after an encounter with a neckbiter, a publishing executive thinks that he is turning into a vampire. This is my first time seeing this. I know a lot of people like it, and it is credited as a horror comedy, but I didn't see anything funny in it. A sleek, outrageous, dark comedy. It's like it says, a womanizing jackass. He's like bipolar, schizophrenic, psychotic, and you know, Nick Cage putting on a performance like only he can and always does, with all these crazy faces. And he likes to take women home from the bars. First one he hits it off with and hangs out with her a few times, but then he finds a new one, Rachel, played by Jennifer Beals, who bites him on the neck, and then he thinks he's turning into a vampire. And he's a guy in high position, high power in this office. I don't know exactly what they do, but he has this assistant or secretary or something, played by Maria Conchita Alonso. Her character is Alva, and he abuses her, always screaming at her, telling her how low on the totem pole she is, and wants her to find some specific paper, a contract or something, and won't let her have any help, and yells at her about it and rags on her to find that one particular piece of paper every day. A couple of times he like flips out and makes these crazy faces and scares her and chases her down the hallway into the bathroom, and then there's another time where she pretty much wants to quit. She stays home from work and calls in sick, and he shows up at her door and lies to her and says, your health is all I care about. Look, I brought some medicine, just let me in. He talks her into coming back to work, and once he gets her there, then he goes back to normal, yelling at her and screaming and acting crazy. He talks to himself. He also has a therapist, because there's one time where he bumps into a wall and he starts talking to the wall and he thinks he's talking to his therapist. And you know, there's an infamous scene where he runs around yelling, I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire, and he lays underneath his couch upside down like it's his casket. And there's this one ridiculous part where he goes to like a witchcraft novelty shop to buy fake fangs, and looks at this real nice like ceramic pair, and the guy said they're $20, and he didn't have $20 in his pocket, and says, do you have anything cheaper? I'm like, oh yeah, we have a cheapy pair, and selling these plastic fucking vampire fangs that kids buy for Halloween that I used to get all the time when I was a kid. I was like, give me a break, dude, you got a nice job, you got money, get the nice ones. And he does some not so nice things in this, like at one point he gets Alva down on the floor next to the exit and forces himself onto her, and by the end of the movie he's carrying around a stake trying to get people to stake him because he thinks he's a vampire. And once Alva tells her brother what happened, he goes to his house to kick his ass, but once he pulls the couch off from Nick holds the stake up to his chest, and Alva's brother obliges with no problem and pushes it down into his chest. This movie was alright, but probably won't be a regular spin, a regular rotation for me. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I'd say check it out if you haven't seen it before. I can't believe it's been out so long and I haven't seen it before. This is an okay movie. But yeah, that's what I watched. Peace.